In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up custom fulfillment flows. Now, this is going to be incredibly useful if you have an order process that your users or clients need to follow. So for example, if you have a specific onboarding process that your clients need to move through, you can set that up with custom fulfillment flows. You can also do this if you have a specific product that has specific requirements that need to be met before it can be sent out, like building the product before it actually goes out. So I'm going to show you how to do this in this video. So I'm here in the orders section, and I'm just going to navigate to setup on the left hand side, and I'm going to come here to fulfillment flows. You'll see we have our shipping fulfillment flow. So this is a system fulfillment flow, and you can't delete it, but you can edit it. But I want to go ahead and create a new one. So I'm going to add a fulfillment flow. I'm just going to call this my flow. You can then select which orders you would like to include in this flow. So you can use checkout orders, invoice orders, and recurring orders, as well as unpaid orders. For this example, I'm going to leave unpaid orders alone because I don't want people to go through this flow until they have paid upfront. All right, we're then going to make sure that this is published, and we're going to hit save. So now I can go ahead and start adding my steps. So I'm going to add a step, and I'm just going to call this step 1. You'll obviously call this whatever is relevant to this step. I'm just going to be lacking creativity and just say this is step 1. All right, I'm then going to choose my shipping status. It is pending, and the order status is processing, and then I'm going to select my staff users. So you can assign specific staff users to specific steps within these fulfillment flows. So I'm going to go ahead and select me for step 1, and I'm going to hit save. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and add my second step, and this is going to be step 2. And again, my required action, this is step 2. My shipping status is then going to be packed, and my order status is going to be ready. And then I'm going to select my staff users again. For this example, I'm going to select myself so I can see that second step, but I'm also going to assign it to Jeeve. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and hit save. So now that that is created, let me just save the changes to this flow. I now need to create a product that is linked to this fulfillment flow. So we're going to come here to our products on the left hand side. I'm going to go ahead and create a new product. So I'm going to add a product, and I'm going to call this flow product. I'm going to give it a price, and it does require shipping. So I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to hit save. All right, so now what I want to do is make sure that this is linked to that fulfillment flow. So over here in my advanced settings, I'm going to select fulfillment flow. And I'm going to scroll down to those fulfillment flow settings and select the relevant flow. It will then show me the different steps that this order and this product is going to have to go through before it gets shipped. All right, then I can go ahead and hit save. So now I want to go ahead and place an order for this product. So I'm going to navigate over to my orders on the left hand side, come to drafts, add a draft. Bob is going to place this order again, and we're going to add our product, which is going to be our flow product, and I'm going to hit save. All right, so now we can go ahead and collect that payment. We need to add our shipping details. So shipping, and there we go, hit save. All right, now let's go ahead and collect that payment. And now we can go back to our sales section. So now you'll see that we've got this order here. This is our new order. I want to view this in the flow state. So I'm going to come here to my flows at the top right hand side. I'm going to change the flow to my flow. And I can then see step 1 and step 2. Currently there's nothing in step 2 because the order hasn't been processed into step 2. And if I go over to Jeeves section, you'll see that that order hasn't even appeared here because it hasn't entered step 2. So currently that doesn't exist to Jeeve. So if I go back to my area and I process this order, so I click on it and I just hit process, you'll see that it's then been moved to step 2. So now if I navigate to Jeeve's area, I can't see that order. Let's change our flow. And okay, so it's not showing up, and I have a feeling it's because Jeeve is linked to a warehouse. So that sale is obviously not linked to, that product isn't linked to a warehouse. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and unlink Jeeve from that warehouse. So I'm just going to come here to my section here, come to setup, system, staff, Jeeve. Let's just quickly unlink him from that warehouse, save that, and navigate back to Jeeves' side. Refresh the page. Okay, so now we can see that order, and it is in step 2 of that fulfillment flow, which is why Jeeves can see it, and Jeeves can then process the rest of this order. So he can go ahead and click on that and process that order. Okay, so now the fulfillment flow for the flow product has been completed. If I navigate back to Gil's side, and let's go back to our orders here, you'll see that that order has then been paid, fulfilled, and shipped. So that is how you can set up custom fulfillment flows and how you can use them in the system. In the next video, I'm going to show you how you can create and use filters to filter your orders in the system. I'll see you there.